So this is our artifact bezel of the Diabolic dragons. I like the better when it said the King of the Dark Dragons, or yeah, King of Dark Dragons, much better. But it's bezel of the Diabolic dragons. Alright, anyway, obviously it's an artifact deck that has the ability to go into bezel of the Diabolic dragons because he's that nigga, right? Alright, so 3 Ally of Justice Psycho Reader. It's good against most light decks. You know, there's like 1 decks out there. This is good against the Artifact Mirror Match. This is good against Bujins, so forth and so forth. So it's just good in general. It's a good 3-star, tuner. You need 3-star tuner, a dark tuner, to synchro into bezel. Right, so or Beelze, however you pronounce it. Dark Resonator, though once per turn, can't be destroyed by auto, comes in handy. And it's a dark tuner, so again you could go into bezel. Ally of Justice, Cyclone Creator, has a good ability to help you get rid of those light imprisonings, anything that could, vanity's emptiness, stuff that could prevent you from getting your artifacts to special summoning, then get their effects off, right? Won't be no good against skill drain. But that's what obviously that's what artifact movement double cyclones for. But it doesn't hurt to have an extra way of getting rid of that back row. Plus it doesn't destroy, so you know how good that is. It doesn't destroy, so Stardust can't stop it, Spark Dragon can't stop it, so on and so on. Let's see. I have Achilles, Moral Attack, Labras, and Agus. I'm starting to use Agus more now. It has use. I used it against a what was it? A Judgment Dragon. Was it? No, it was Black Rose. Somebody tried to Black Rose me, and I was like, all right. What was it? It was Artifact Movement, right? Was it Artifact Movement that I played? Yes, it was, because I used Artifact Movement to destroy my Achilles, and of course, Artifact Movement allowed me to grab my Agus and set it in my spawn trap zone. Right. Achilles effect, of course, will apply for that turn because it's a special summon. Black Rose will go off at the end of the chain, and it destroys Agus. Right, that's what it was. I think I misplayed it a little bit. I think I technically cheated my opponent. Let me see. Yeah, I technically did. I mean, I had the advantage anyway. I was gonna win, but it was the fact that Achilles actually should have been destroyed, because he would have been destroyed with Agus face down, and then their Agus effect would have activated, and Agus would have summoned onto the field. Unless, oh no, it was a movement. That's what it was. It was a movement. That's why it worked. I forgot it. What I did use Theosophy of the Artifacts. That's what it was. That's what it was. Because Achilles was my set card, along with Theosophy of the Artifacts. I used this to bring out Agus, and that's what it was, to bring out Agus. And then Black Rose kicked in. Since Black Rose couldn't destroy Agus, obviously, it kicked in to destroy Achilles. Then Achilles special summoned. That's what it was. So yeah, I didn't cheat him. I thought I used movement. If I used movement, it would have been a different story. But now I remember it was the trap that I used. Anyway, point was that it was useful because it was able to survive a Black Rose, which is very important. just like it'll be important against Exiton and JD and whatnot. So it's not that it's a bad card, just I never really needed it that bad, but it's been useful, more useful than Caduceus, since I really don't draw for it. So I decided to use Agus because it actually has more use. So those are all the artifacts. Oh, this thing is gonna be in like almost everybody's deck. It's like 99% of decks are gonna be running this card because there will always be space for it. Supply unit. Once per turn, if your monster you control is destroyed by battle card effect, draw a card. Broken, right? I have one because of this thing, so that's why I play it, because it's pretty good again with the artifacts. Because sometimes I special summon them, but then they could be destroyed, and the ability to plus another one comes in handy. You know what I mean? Drawing is always good. So this basically replaces Caduceus. Alright, Soul Exchange. Man, this thing put in work. This is my tech card. If I want to use the term tech, this is my tech card. This is my anti-meta tech card, right? Because a lot of people will try to summon Ophion and Christia. I had somebody drop a Mech Lord Emperor on me. You know what I mean? The big one, the 4000. And I'm like, okay. Good thing I have Soul Exchange. I attributed his monster and summoned my own monster. Hey, it's worth losing a battle phase if I can get rid of a prom. Especially I can set up a XYZ play. Especially if I already had a artifact running in the field. Then my turn, I play Soul Exchange, tribute his boss monster, just on another artifact, and then overlay and create something. Typically you will want to create artifact random against spell and trap heavy decks, you know. It works against monster effects, of course, but whatever works, right? Artifact movement, double cyclone. Theosophy, the artifacts, the obvious cards to play. Red screen, my defensive card. I can go into Stardust, of course, and then Stardust and red screen. Stalls for the win. Honest, works good with, you know, Spark Dragon and any of my artifact monsters, as well as Pleiades, Tyrus, and Durando. Now, wind up Zen main, because as you can see, obviously I have Dark Resonator. He tends to live a little bit longer than most of the other tuners, so he lives. Then I could drop one of these, pop off his effect, for example, then overlay, make the Zen main if I need to. Helps to have Zen main, because sometimes you might just need to stall a little bit longer. Plus he helps you get rid of your opponent's back row, especially if they got stuff like Light Imprison and stuff like that. You might want to use wind up Zen main on that. This is good, of course, against Ophion and Christia and Fossil Dyna and so on, right? Constellar Pleiades, of course. This is a really good card to go into. It works. It works in many ways. Adris, Keeper of Armageddon. This is a good card, plus it's pretty strong. And it's a dark, so it comes in handy if I want to run over a Allied Justice Catastor. Sharp Fortress, double attack. Typically you might want to just go use this to run over a Catastor and then attack directly, you know what I mean? This comes in handy if you want to get rid of something pretty strong and then run over Catastor. You get the ideas. Multiple uses. Tyrus, pretty good because it's hard to destroy. You know what I mean? It can't be destroyed by card effects. While it has a material, then it can detach. It can pop a card after it battles, so that's always useful. Zenmaio, because sometimes you gotta get rid of the back row before you declare an attack, right? Clear that way of attacking. Artifact random because he's good. He turns Dark Hole into MST, so that's always good. Start a Spark Dragon, mainly for defensive purposes, and it's a light, so honest, and Spark Dragon works pretty good. Stardust, of course, with red screen. Stardust is good against any destruction effects, especially if I want to control the destruction effects. In case I want to stop Mirror Force. Scrap Dragon helps me clear the field so I can get my combos off. Dual Red Dragon for those problem fields when my opponent overruns me. I can wipe out his field. Colossal Fighter, good against warriors and a good defensive card. And of course the Ace 8-star synchro of the deck, because by just making it, your opponent will just lose so much advantage because of all the resources they have to expend on just getting rid of one of these. And the fact that you can make more since there's 3 in the extra deck. Loads of fun, right? And that is the artifact Beelze of the Diabolic.